Welcome to Screen Hollywood, the home of movie news and entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome back to Screen Hollywood. I'm your host, Adam. If you're new here, join the Hollywood family and hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and hype button. And bookmark and subscribe to our news publication at screenhollywood.com. The war is over. The biggest, most brutal corporate battle in modern Hollywood history has a victor. After 6 months of high-stakes bids, backroom deals, and public posturing, the dust has finally settled. And the winner is Paramount Pictures. Yes, you heard me right. In a stunning 11th-hour move, Paramount, owned by the Ellison family, has successfully acquired Warner Bros. Discovery in a monumental $111 billion deal, beating out the streaming titan Netflix and creating the single most powerful media conglomerate on the planet. This isn't just a merger, it's an earthquake. It is a tectonic shift that will permanently redraw the map of the entertainment industry. And right now, as we speak, Hollywood is panicking. They are furious, and they are terrified. So today, we are going to break down the entire saga, how Paramount pulled off this incredible victory, why Hollywood is in a state of absolute meltdown, and why, believe it or not, this might be the best possible outcome for anyone who actually cares about cinema. Let's rewind the clock. For the last 6 months, this battle for Warner Bros. Has been the only story that matters in the industry. And for most of that time, everyone, myself included, believed that Netflix was poised to win. They were the frontrunner. They had the momentum. It seemed like a done deal. But we all underestimated the sheer, unadulterated ambition of the Ellison family. Reports confirmed they wanted Warner Bros. Through hell or high water. They came in with an aggressive initial bid, somewhere in the region of $95 billion. But it wasn't enough. Warner Bros. Shareholders reportedly rejected it, and Netflix challenged, believing they had already secured the studio in principle. The war was on. This is where the power dynamics of modern media became crystal clear. Netflix, for all its might, is still a tech company playing in Hollywood's sandbox. The Ellisons, with the backing of Paramount's legacy and their own immense fortune, decided to end the fight with a single, brutal knockout blow. They didn't just counteroffer, they went nuclear. They returned with a 3-figure bid, a mind-boggling $111 billion, obliterating Netflix's final offer of $88 billion. This wasn't a negotiation, it was a display of overwhelming force. Netflix was knocked out of the race by default. They simply didn't have the capital or the infrastructure to compete with the sheer financial firepower of mighty Paramount. And just like that, the Ellison family now holds the keys to the kingdom. And when I say kingdom, I mean it literally. With this acquisition, Paramount has achieved a complete and total Hollywood monopoly. They don't just own their own incredible library, they now own the Warner Bros. Library, the DC Universe, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, HBO, CNN, Cartoon Network. It is, without a doubt, the largest and most valuable IP library in the history of the world. We all know Hollywood, California is a deeply, deeply left-leaning woke state, and the movie industry reflects that. The Ellison family, on the other hand, is well known for having strong relationships with Donald Trump and the MAGA movement. Now, in the blink of an eye, this family has acquired a vast arsenal of cultural weapons, including the extremely left-leaning news broadcaster CNN. The fury and the fear are erupting all over social media as we speak. Industry leaders, producers, writers, and actors are in a state of absolute uproar. They believe that Paramount will now systematically dismantle these institutions and rebuild them as a biased, right-leaning, Trump-focused media machine. The fear is that the largest content library in history is about to become a propaganda arm for one side of the political aisle. Now, for the record, the Ellisons themselves are not registered Republicans. They are more accurately described as centralist or bipartisan. But in this hyper-polarized environment, that doesn't matter. Woke Hollywood doesn't buy it. They are convinced the end is nigh, and we're already hearing whispers that they believe they can still block the deal from being finalized, likely through regulatory challenges. The panic is real. And you know what? I get it. I understand the perspective of the liberals. I understand the fear of having so much media power concentrated in the hands of a few people, regardless of their political affiliation. But I'm going to be honest with you. At the end of the day, I don't primarily care about the politics. I care about cinema. I care about the art form, the experience, the magic of the movie theater. And from that perspective, I am absolutely delighted that Netflix did not win this war. Let's be brutally honest about what Netflix is. It is an anti-cinema company. Their entire business model is built on devaluing the theatrical experience. Their focus is, and always will be, streaming. We are all painfully aware of how much the movie theater industry has been suffering since COVID. It is on life support. If Netflix had taken over Warner Brothers, they would have accelerated its death. They would have slashed theatrical windows, rushed everything to streaming, and turned iconic film franchises into disposable, binge-watchable content. It would have been a catastrophe for the art form. Is Paramount perfect? Absolutely not. They are a ruthless corporation just like any other. But they are a true cinema enterprise. They are a legacy studio that understands, and for the most part, respects the power and profitability of the theatrical experience. They will maintain the box office status quo. For anyone who loves the feeling of sitting in a dark theater and watching a story unfold on the big screen, Paramount winning is, without a doubt, the better of two evils. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. The National Association of Theater Owners, or NATO, had already come out swinging against the potential merger, as reported by The Hollywood Reporter. They are terrified, and they have every right to be. A combined Paramount-Warner would be a leviathan, a content giant with unprecedented leverage. The theater owners are worried it will lead to fewer movies being produced, less competition, and, most importantly, worse financial terms for them. They fear that this new mega studio could demand a larger percentage of the ticket sales, forcing theaters to either raise prices for us, the consumers, or go out of business entirely. So, while Hollywood is screaming about politics, the people on the front lines of the cinema experience are worried about something far more fundamental: survival. So, where does this leave us? We are standing on the precipice of a new era. The Hollywood we grew up with is gone. In its place is a landscape dominated by a few colossal giants. This Paramount-Warner megacorporation is now the biggest giant of them all. The coming months will be filled with legal battles, regulatory challenges, and a whole lot of angry tweets from people in Hollywood who just lost a massive amount of influence. But for those of us who just want to see great movies on a big screen, the outcome is clear. We dodged a bullet. The death of cinema has been postponed, at least for now. We may have traded one monster for an even bigger one, but at least this new monster still believes in the magic of the movie theater. What do you guys think? Am I right? Is Paramount the better of two evils? Or is this a dark day for Hollywood, no matter how you slice it? Let me know your honest opinion in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more from Screen Hollywood. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.